Hello, welcome to your new special weekly place for speedrunning updates, culture, and some exclusive chats with some very special speedrun people. And you're going to get all of that within a 1 hour estimate. So get ready to lock in because this is SprintStream. And I am here, your right honourable Dr. Quizmaster, Toasty Stoke. And of course, joining me as always is my co-host. If she was a Joker, she'd be polychrome, foil, and hollow all in one. It's Sothangel!
Yeah. Hello. That's right. I am perfect bait to be fed to vampire, I think it is in Balatro. Get all that malt on that one Joker. How are you doing, Toasty?
I'm good. I'm pretty good. I wasn't meaning to kind of insinuate you had some particular function in a 5 Joker build, but you know.
I mean, better than having no function. Better than having no function at all. Yeah. I don't want to be the one useless Jimbo +4. That's it. Yeah. That's like me. If it was me, if I was a Joker, I'd probably just be a loyalty card. Nobody wants it. Yeah. Times 3 more so often. It's not so bad.
And I should also introduce our guest this week. So she is a long-term runner of long games, a Final Fantasy specialist, and a very learned individual who shares the correct opinion that the one you should marry in Stardew Valley is Shane. It is Khaegar!
Hi!
Hiya, Khaegar. How are you?
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm
what kind of things have you been up to recently?
So I've been running Final Fantasy 9 CSR HD, and that's been fun on my streams. We'll get into that later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of Soul in my spare time.
Nice. Oh, okay.
Really fun, but also really hot. And I went to a game boarding convention very recently for a week, so that was really
nice.
So very long games there as well. I played First Edition for 6 hours.
Oh wow!
Wow!
I know.
That's that's intense.
All in one sitting, 6 hours.
Yeah, it was all in one sitting. And we're all, the funniest thing about it was throughout the entire thing, I was sitting there like, I'm gonna die for the entire thing. Afterwards, like, I was just like talking to my friend. I was like, that was really funny. He was like, you look so stressed throughout the entire thing. I was stressed, but that was why it was fun. And now I can say I won, so it's worth it. My partner died like within 3 hours, so he like stormed off, and I was just like, so it was really good. It's very role playing as well, so it seems that I enjoy the role playing aspect quite a lot as well.
A 6 hour session of being sat in one place going, "Oh, I'm gonna die," just sounds like The Office for me.
And then having an alien turn up because you make too much noise.
Yeah, that happens as well, weirdly. That does happen at my office as well.
Get out of my room.
So, Khaegar has ran at Jingle Jam and very kind of special short marathon. And there's some other special short marathons coming up as well, I believe. So, Sothangel.
Absolutely. If you like some of our previous guests, like Nilsson and Alex, who we had on very recently, and you like your older games, we've got Retrophon coming up. 9-day long marathon, much longer than 6 hours spent in alien isolation. That's beginning April 18th. You can find the schedule for that on Horaro, and hopefully there'll be a link somewhere to click on.
Yeah, and I believe talking of Nilsson Alex, the Nissan TV marathon is still accepting submissions, and I believe you might have put a cheeky little submission in there, Khaegar.
I did. I got asked about if I was interested, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. So we'll see if I get through. But yeah, would you believe me if I said that I put down for 9 and 10? It's like it's my run.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would believe that. Yeah. I mean, you mentioned CSR earlier. We're gonna reveal the mystery of what those 3 letters actually mean very shortly. But before that, I ought to tell people that Brain of Gaming has now started, and the first set of questions is very, very exciting. We are probably going to try and put some sort of spotlight on that on this channel, on the YouTube channel specifically. So if people are up for it, maybe we'll record a game every week, just so that people can kind of have something to watch and take part in. You know, for those of us who sit back and go, I don't really, I'm interested, but I don't feel like I'm good enough. Well, you can watch other people tackle the fiendish questions, some of which have been written by myself and Sophie.
The good ones, the good questions have been written by us.
Good questions, yeah. And talking of good questions, we're going to have a little quiz of our own at the end, as is now tradition. Podcast guest versus host on a bit of the host's speciality. And before we kind of get into it, any kind of quick plugs, I suppose, for what we've been playing recently. I mean, for myself, I've not really been playing anything, but it is, I suppose, a bit of a plug that I've been preparing for a special Easter Archipelago game, which is going to happen over the weekend. So I'll be streaming that on Twitch, Toasty_Stoked, as well as Majestic Melville. We're going to have at least 2 teams competing in. I'm not really allowed to give too much away in front of one of the players, but we'll have an Easter egg hunt. Cover the ones on top.
Oh, yeah.
I know you can hear through them.
But yes, I look forward to seeing what's going on with that. I have no idea how well I'm going to do, considering most of the things I play are not compatible with Archipelago, but we'll see. One of the things that I have been playing recently is Wiki Gacha. Suppose it's a game.
What is Wiki Gacha?
You familiar with the concept of gacha games?
Yeah. It's like the capsule machines,
yes,
right?
Gachapon machines.
Yeah.
You have so you don't know what you're going to get from it. It's like a mystery. Comparable to loot boxes, the FIFA Ultimate Team sort of cards. But this one, so instead of being able to pull like anime characters or anything, you just get Wikipedia articles. So you open a pack of 5 and you get random Wikipedia articles that can be anything. Most of them are like irrelevant and random, but occasionally you'll get like a really famous musician or a really popular film or Amsterdam, like something just like that. And you can battle them online and things. But I went through a few of the video game ones that I've pulled recently. So I've got a little list. It's a bit eclectic. So we start off with Portal 2, like a very sort of popular game. And we've got the list of the Shanghai Dragons players from the Overwatch League. RIP Overwatch League. The Game Boy camera, like top tier periphery.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We've got Fly for Fun, an old MMORPG that I used to play. Yeti Sports, which was Bat the Penguin, that Flash game that you may or may not remember.
Oh, God, yeah, you've just unlocked a memory.
Sean IP Flash.
I also got Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, which I have heard of. But also I pulled Spira, the world of Final Fantasy X, which I think Khaegar might know a bit about. Just a tad.
That has a Wikipedia article.
Yeah. It's got a
Impressive.
I don't have the game on Wikipedia. I've got the place it takes part in, but not the game.
You'll have to keep turning the slot machine.
Absolutely, keep
turning the slot machine. That's a good point, though. We should actually kind of talk a bit about Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy X. So, I mean, you are known, Khaegar, as a Final Fantasy runner.
Yes.
How did you actually get into that? Because I presume Final Fantasy has always been a big thing for you.
Huge, yeah. If you go onto my Twitch channel bio, which I wrote like 4 years ago, I started playing when I was 7, and it was in 1997. So if that gives me away, I don't care. But my dad was actually playing Final Fantasy 7. I remember watching it on television with my sister, Humphrey, who's also a Twitch streamer. We're twins as well, so very, very amusing. So we were watching my dad play Final Fantasy 7, and he had Tifa with my mum's name, and Cloud was called Dad. So it was quite confusing for me and my sister, who could just about read, just staring at the screen. What are they doing to Mummy? And at one point, we were watching him, and there was this formative experience of me watching Scarlet and Tifa slapping each other on the end of the Genon cannon and thinking, that's my mum up there, and saying, hit her mummy, make Everybody hit it harder! So that was my first Final Fantasy VII. That was my first Final Fantasy experience. And it was awesome, obviously.
What a way to start.
I know. And then my dad put it down and was like, I don't like it, because it couldn't be one-winged angel Sephiroth. And then all the ads came on television for Final Fantasy VIII, and me and my sister just fell in love with Final Fantasy VIII because it's beautiful. And we were like, yeah, we can do this. Yeah, we can figure this out. We're smart. And as 8-year-olds, we did not read any of the tutorials and did really badly at it. But we did finish when we were in our teens. And then we got Final Fantasy IX, which we did complete. That's my stealth favourite. And then I found Final Fantasy X, and I've just been following it ever since and buying all the games and playing them all. And 9 and 10 were the first ones that I completed with my sister. We played them together a lot, endless hours. We grinded everything. We got all of the bits. Same for 8 and 7. And then 10-2 came out at the perfect time for me when I was a teenage girl. And it was just about being a teenage girl and pop music. And it's glorious. And everyone hated it. And that made me like it even more. And then it sort of like slowed down, as everyone's aware. So originally, this is a little factoid. So Sakaguchi, who was the original director of the Final Fantasy games, he intended for there to be a game out every year for Final Fantasy. That's why 7, 8, 9, 10 each came out a year between. Yep. And then Square acquired Enix, and that plan changed pretty quickly because they got all this other property that they could make money from. So essentially the production became longer and longer, and 12 came out relatively quickly, but then 13 took a while because the PlayStation 3 was a mess. And they've stopped doing MMOs. I never did play 11 or 14, unfortunately, but I know people who have, and I know a lot of people who keep trying to get me on Final Fantasy 14 because they're like, you'll lose your life to it. I'm like, I don't need to lose it today. And then 15 Saga, I'm sure everyone's aware how that went down, which was originally going to be Final Fantasy 13 Versus. And then it became Final Fantasy 15 because they had nothing else. And they wanted to finish this game. And then Final Fantasy 16 came out only like 2 years ago, and nearly 3 years ago, and it's alright. It's okay. I like 16. 16 was like Game of Thronesy, very akin, but it's fun, and the speedrun's very interesting as well. So yeah.
I've got to ask, is Final Fantasy something that then you still kind of share with your sister? Would you still kind of do the playthroughs together?
We do talk about it a lot. Obviously, we can't sit in our bedroom and play it together anymore because, well, she has children and I have my own house, and we have our own lives. So we do yell about it still quite a lot. We still have very strong opinions about it, so we have a lot of talk about it. And she also speedruns Final Fantasy 9 and 10 and 10-2 as well. And she's really good at it as well. Yeah, we've both speedrun, and that's why I started speedrunning as well, because I've played these games for over 20 years, nearly 30, and I just wanted to play them in a new way, and I caught Mutski on GDQ many years ago, and it was fascinating to watch them just go through this game that I'd spent 60 hours on, Final Fantasy 9, I'd spent like 60 hours on the first 2 discs, and then realised you could just do it in 10 hours, and I was like, what? No. So I made a Twitch channel immediately and immediately started to learn Final Fantasy 9 first, actually. And then the CSR came out for Final Fantasy 10, and I realised I could do this more frequently and learn one of my favourite games of all time is the speedrun. So the CSR is what changed how I felt about speedrunning. It was suddenly I wasn't just doing sections of a game or having to take a day off or having to abandon my partner for 24 hours while I tried to do a run. It was a case of I can just do it for a few hours and learn the run and grind it properly. As speedrunners are aware, you have to do the grind or else you're never going to get anywhere. So CSR was fantastic for that. So yes, CSR is a cutscene remover. There are cutscene removers for nearly all the Final Fantasies that need them, which are 7, 8, 9, and 10. Older games don't have them because they don't need them, and newer games have cutscene skips themselves, which is started in Final Fantasy X too, I believe. So the community is a community-built tool in all of this, all of them are community built. They're all shared on the Discord if anyone's ever interested. So if you want to just go to the Discord for the Final Fantasy speedruns, they have all of the information on how to get them set up. And all of them are for PC, specifically for obvious reasons. However, you can potentially get disc versions of the CSR for Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 if you would prefer to play on hardware. That has been done. And it is also pretty quick, and I have played it, and it's fantastic fun playing like a really quick version of Final Fantasy 9 on your PlayStation 2. It's fantastic fun. There's loads of ways that you can explore that.
I was going to say, I don't know exactly how much time CSR saves for Final Fantasy 9. I know it's like 5 hours for Final Fantasy 10. Like it's, you can complete it in 3 hours if
yes, if
you're
you're very
best.
good. Yes.
Yes.
So if you start speedrunning Final Fantasy 10, you're gonna cut a 10-hour run, which for PlayStation 2 it's a 10-hour run. For PC, I would say it's about 9, 8.5. And for Final Fantasy 9, it is a 9-hour run for the full thing. On PS1, on PC, it's about 8 and a bit hour, just under 8 hours. With the CSR, it's about 4 and a bit hours for PSX, and it is about 3 hours for PC CSR. Same applies to Final Fantasy 8 as well. I do believe that Final Fantasy 8 is about an 8-hour run on PC, and that can get knocked down to about 3.5. And Final Fantasy 7 also has a CSR, which is quite impressive considering. And I do believe that one's about 4 hours as well, 3 and a bit hours. So yeah, the CSRs are very good at shortening the games. Final Fantasy 7 is about 7.5 hour run as well, just so you know.
That's a huge amount of time to save, right?
It is
Huge amount of time.
Yeah, and it's
that, I guess it really matters when you're doing runs over and over. And you know, I don't know any of the Final Fantasy runs, but if there's like are there particular points near the end where it actually gets kind of risky, and all of your kind of sitting through cutscenes otherwise could have been for absolutely nothing.
Yes, actually, there is a boss at the end of Final Fantasy 9 called Death Guys, third last boss, that can wipe you in one go. So he opens with Meteor, and he can murder your entire team, just dead. And
just through luck of who the meteors hit.
No, the meteor hits everyone, and it does very damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's an AoE damage. And then Death Guys is also quick, like really quick. So you could have a rebirth ring, and you can bring someone back. They'll only have 1 HP though. And then you can do another AoE, which is called Spin, where it just hits your entire team, and that will knock you out completely. So there are about 3 bosses at the end of. I would say Nova Dragon as well can also knock your entire team out, and just any random encounters in Memoria can also knock you out. In Final Fantasy X is far more forgiving. As long as you follow the rules and follow the instructions on the guide, you will not die. And if you have no encounter armor, then you'll be fine as well. But there is a monster in one of the final dungeons called Dark Marlborough, and that can do bad breath on its first turn if it ambushes you. Thankfully, if you have been following the instructions, you will have a first strike, so you can get away pretty quick. And also Final Fantasy 8 has some waste as well at the end. Again, I don't run that one, but I know that there's some game run-ins. There is some game enters at the end of that one too. And Final Fantasy 7 is just hard.
Yeah, I've not run Final Fantasy 8. It's probably the one that I'm most familiar with. Like you, It was my first one I played. Yeah. I traded Might and Magic 7 for Final Fantasy 8 with a kid in primary school called Matthew. So thanks, Matthew, if you're watching. Yeah, I played that loads casually, and yeah, like the final dungeon, if you're not ready for it, it's because all your things are locked, all your abilities are locked. And I imagine the speedrun just gets 1 or 2 things and just goes to the end.
Yeah,
So it's just
get item and the limit, I believe, is what
Yep.
it gets. And also, you have to do a manipulation in order to have the correct team for Ultimecia. So there is, in your final fight, the team is chosen for you at random. However, the Final Fantasy VIII mods are very, very clever and are aware of there is a scene after you do time compression with Adele where you can figure out and manipulate which members of your team you can get. So as you're falling through the bubbles and stuff like that, and all of the fishes and the birds are flying past you, you can figure out how to get the right team that you want. Ideally, you want Squall, Irvine, and I think Zell or Selfie. Not Renoa.
Because I didn't know that one. I knew about the train with the telegraph poles that tells you the code. Do you want to share what that one's about?
Yes. So we don't in a speedrun. You don't have to do the Tomb of the Ancient King and before going to Delling. So Renoa's dad. You're going to go and see Renoa's dad, but there's a guy at the door, and he's like, you have to be worthy to come through the door, so you have to get a seed code. So the seed code is 4 digits, and in order to get that code, you have to go to it's 3 or 4 digits.
3 digits, yeah.
It's 3 digits, that's it. And then when you get that code, you can continue the game. But that takes a lot of time, so you would have to go all the way from Delling after having that conversation to an area on the map, and then come back again, and that's too much time. So they figured out that if you count the poll, there is a conversation between Irvine and Selfie on the train to Delling, where as they are talking, there are polls going past in the window, and you can count them into about 3 sections. So it can be like 1, 10, 3, like incomplete as well. And you can put these into a system that they have. It's called FF8 Utility, I believe, and it can tell you what the code is for the Delling password, basically. So you don't have to go all the way back and come back again. And that one's one of my favourites. It's definitely a really fun one. I used to sit in camp polls for speedrunners all the time and get it wrong.
Yeah, you just skip the whole section. It's just so useful, and it's. I haven't looked into the history of it, but I do wonder how someone discovered that was the case. They must have noticed it was different between various runs, because that's a mandatory cutscene. You have to see that those polls go past.
But there is another option as well, which is that you can restart the game and you can force it to be a certain number as well, but restarting the game obviously takes more time, so this is just quicker. You're still running in that regard. So I know that some people do the reset as well, so that it's like got a standard code. But you have to do it at a certain point, a certain menu. So there are options, but counting polls is fun. Definitely do it.
Yeah, definitely.
What I'm hearing as well is that, like, we were saying before, there's risk to some of these runs. You are a run killer yourself.
Oh, yeah. So many. Oh, you've seen me, have you? Yes, I do. Many times. Yes, there are a few risks to running, especially when it comes to skips. So in Final Fantasy, even with the CSR, you can do skips, especially with Final Fantasy VII. I'll be honest with you, the skips in Final Fantasy VII are really complicated, and there is an entire step route. So you can skip encounters, and you can also skip entire scenes. You can go basically from landing in Midgar to the Honeybee Inn within seconds. I think that's like the first 10 minutes of the game, just by basically shimmying past a guard. There is a lot of that stuff in Final Fantasy VIII as well. There is kind of a step route. I would say there is a step route because you have to count steps at certain points. So if you go off steps, you're not going to get an encounter later on in the game, which is really important for later on in the game. So that can kill your run too. In Final Fantasy IX, there aren't any steps, thank God, but there's a lot of encounters that can kill you. And the reason why I like Final Fantasy IX is like the only thing that can kill you in that game, apart from horrible RNG, is if you don't play it right. But there's nothing in there like skipping wise. I think there's only one skip in Final Fantasy IX, which is the cliff skip, which you can dive down into Black Mage Village Forest from Condé Petit, and that saves you a whole 1.5 seconds if you do it right. Like you should read. And I do believe Pete Swanson discovered that one. And there is also in Final Fantasy X there is a very, very important skip which if you do fail, it can ruin your game. And this is why I was scared during my Jingle Jam. So basically, we can skip an entire section of Final Fantasy X, which is called Mushroom Rock Road. And in Mushroom Rock Road, there is a lot of nasty encounters, and there is also a nasty, nasty boss at the end, which is very, very powerful. It is, and if you've played Final Fantasy X casually, you will know, since Spawn Gooey is not a nice guy, he's very strong and has incredibly strong armor as well. So for that, because I've been around for such a long time, I remember having to kill that thing before the skip, and you would have to train your Yuna up a lot in order to get her magic and her strength up, and then you would use summon. But you would also use self-destruct with Kamari, and you would boost up his HP too. So that was what we used to have to do, and now we don't touch Yuna until Bevel, because we can skip that entire section. So to do that, you have to stand at the edge of the map where Flasco would stand. But Flasco's not there, don't worry. And you have to skip him if you do it in the full run, by the way. So there's a skip, there's a lot of skip. And you have to basically get pushed by a guy running backwards and forwards on the screen. And then it will push you through the barrier, and you will skip that entire section. And if you don't get that right, you can get trapped in the map, stuck between a chocobo and an invisible wall, and you would have to restart. Unfortunately, if you are tracking, which is what I do when I play Final Fantasy X, and that's a whole other thing I'll get into. If you're tracking, you will lose your tracking unless you die in a game over, so it takes up quite a lot of time. So
Yeah.
Final Fantasy X.
It's pretty brutal if you miss it. I mean, if you miss it goodly, like you don't get pushed through, it's 20 seconds, I think, between the guy running back and forth.
It is about 20 seconds,
Yeah. So 20 seconds is not too bad over a 3.5 run. But get stuck in that invisible wall, then like your RNG's out. You're gonna have to potentially game over. Like if you're gonna do it in a live run.
Yeah, so that's why I was scared during the Jingle Jam, which thankfully it went okay. There is a lot of guides on how to do it, but the best way to do it is just practice it. There are visual cues as well. I use a little crack on the wall on the side, so you can see like a crack, and it matches up to the map. That stupid map, which you don't need. It's very useful for that. Just give him a little nudge, and that helps. And there's a little crack on his head behind them. Can use that. He's got bunny ears sometimes. So there are different ways, but everyone's got their own way of doing it. But also, everyone is in full agreement that it is a very, very, very beneficial skip. And I was there when we started doing that as well, which was I didn't have any hand in the reading. I just watched everyone being amazing. So that was really fun, learning like how in real time how to route an entirely getting rid of an entire section of the speedrun and just saying, hey, we didn't need it anyway, it's fine, we can just do this, nothing's really changed. Oh, and this bit's quicker, and this bit's quicker. Oh, and by the way, you can skip to Sandra Gore in Beaconell. And I'm like, what? And I do believe someone, I think Khaegar is currently working on another skip on Mihan, so there's still skips being discovered 25 years later, which is insane.
Right.
So yes, and I haven't even talked about mini games, which can also enter runs if you hate losing time. So in Final Fantasy VIII, thankfully cards is very choreographed. You can actually figure out how you're going to approach it by just giving the machine your cards or what they have, and then you just put down the moves. It is RNG based, but you can force it by clicking play cards with a person at a very specific time. That's how you get self card. Very impressive.
Okay.
And on Final Fantasy IX, cards are really hard not to swear. Cards are bad. Cards are bad.
Oh, you can swear.
Oh,
you can swear.
Oh, cards in Final Fantasy IX. Oh my god, they're so bad. So basically in Final Fantasy IX, they have arrows around the cards, but they also, if they have a battle, they work on RNG. And unfortunately, that RNG is based on nonsense. So it can just change its mind. You can sit there and go, oh, I'll be fine. It's not going to kill me. And it's just like, okay, it's just changed its mind. We're changing the rules. But the good thing about cards is, and I'll always say this, I still prefer cards to Blitzball, which is chaos. Because Blitzball does not...
Oh, controversial.
Oh, okay. So there's a reason the Final Fantasy X Discord for speedrunning is called Blitzball Haters Group. Okay? There is a reason. It's basically that you lose time. Like it's being mean. I have sat there and watched Grav catch the ball on the blitz off and then shoot and score within 5 seconds, and I'm sitting there like, oh no, I have to win. And you do have to win if you are running competitively, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that sucks. Blitzball is very easy to do, but it's very easy to also have the players of the league go, specifically Graf, screw you over with no qualms about your mental health anyway.
Yeah.
So
Fortunately,
there's all these different... Oh, go ahead.
So fortunately, there's backup if you lose the game, and there is cheese you can do.
Yes.
There's cheese you can do when you score a goal, so it's free. But
Yes.
yeah,
Basically, you can hide with the ball behind Khaegar. That's all he's good for. The Luca goers aren't very smart. If the ball isn't in their section of the mini-map, again, we use the mini-map more than you'll ever use it in the real game. If they're not in your section of the mini-map, they can't find you, which is very funny. And also, Jasu is the best swimmer in Sphera because he can outswim him if he goes in straight lines. There's a lot of cheesing going on.
I was going to say there's all these elements to the run, right? You've got the skips, you've got like the regular gameplay, you've got the mini games, and you also, as you say, you run versions with the cutscene remover removed in a way, right? You still run the full things, which are close to like I think you said 9-10 hours, something like that. I mean that's a really long time to actually stay locked in and focused, especially with switching between all these different things and then sitting waiting for the cutscene and having to jump back in. How do you manage that kind of mentally just being present throughout all of it?
Thankfully, this is why I stream. They keep me focused, I swear. But also, I can't imagine doing that without having because I have ADHD and I love focusing. I have that hyper focus aspects like most of us do, where I just get really zoned into a thing. But also I love multitasking as well. So I just like having my stream there, and I've got my walkthrough over there just in case, and now I've got my stream, and it's really fun to do it, but it is very tiring. I do take it whenever I do a long run. I always take the day for it. So my partner is very, very generous. Sometimes when he's just like, "Oh, you're gonna run the entire day, are you?" I'm like, "Yeah." Just don't worry about me. I'll be okay. And he's like, "Okay, just remember to drink and eat." So yeah, food is very big a preparation thing. Please, I've seen a lot of people using Monster, and I just can't imagine anything worse. I drink water and have snacks on hand, and there are breaks as well. So Final Fantasy X is hilarious because, as I said, a normal CSR run is about 3 and a bit hours, and a full run is about 10 hours. And oh my god, there are so many breaks. There are a lot of scenes in that, and you do not have to mash through them. Also, I recommend if you do want to run Final Fantasy, get a turbo controller because mashing will ruin your thumbs. So turbo controllers are very good as well, and they are fully allowed within the community as well. And on the boards, there was a whole conversation about that not very long ago, but thankfully everyone agreed. It's just more accessible that way, and they are quite cheap on Amazon as well. So yeah, do that.
Makes sense, right?
I agree. Yeah, it's for everyone ultimately. Speedrunning is for everyone. And thankfully, when Final Fantasy X run is happening, there is a 10-minute scene after Bevel, by the way, where Yuna and Tidus do the kissing. And you can have a shower during that. I've known runners do showers during that. Or there's a scene after the Blitzball as well. And I've known people put their food on during that. I've done this. I've put like a pasta bilk in the oven, and then by the time I get the meat hen, it's ready, and I'm just sitting there watching Yuna and And Tina's just like, yeah, this is great. Yeah, this is fine. Final Fantasy 9 is quite useful in the sense that if you do have a turbo, please get a turbo controller for Final Fantasy 9. There are quite a lot of scenes as well. There is basically every time you turn up in Lindblom, you've got a pee break. Okay, like just run, go up the toilet, and don't worry about it. They're having a conversation for about at least 4 minutes. During CSR, and this is also something Sothangel watched me do, during Blitzball especially, you can just run to the loo if you're just hiding behind Keeper, which I always call my pee break in the first half. Because it's 5 minutes of Blitzball, and in real time that's about 2.5 minutes. So just get the ball, hide, and then run to the and then there is another thing that the wonderful people who made the CSRs have put in as well, which are breaks. So these are community agreed upon breaks where you get 5 minutes to take care of yourself, basically.
That's a good idea.
It is a really good idea. And again, it makes it more accessible as well. So you're not just sitting there for 3 hours in a row, because that's hard work. Fortunately, I've gotten to the point where my body is just like, okay, we're coming up the cards, that means I get a pee break. Oh, okay, we're coming up the Blitzball, I get a pee break. It's almost like what's it, like Pavlovian. It's just like, okay, it's time, now I can go. It's a real problem, especially if you don't get a break or you accidentally watch something. Or Graf decides to be horrible during
Graf messes things,
yeah, he messes things up and you can't go. So if you're sitting there and you're just like, okay, I've got to wait until Brother Salon now because that's when the real break is. So no, okay, this is bad. But there are breaks, and they've been put into Final Fantasy 8, 9, 10, to my knowledge. Final Fantasy 10-2 does not have a break unless you count 1,000 words.
Which is, the cutscene, effectively, isn't it?
It's a cutscene, but you get missed out singing and dancing.
You do miss out. I remember during Mizo's Vivi solo run of Final Fantasy 9 in summer.
That's incredible.
Me and Toasty were on the couch during the Arc fight, and that was Mizo's 20-minute break.
Were.
That was his.
Yeah.
I need shower, I need food, I need everything, and so we were just pressing X over and over.
Yeah, just mash X. Yeah.
Yep, just mash X. But 20 minutes. That was his only break for the 24 hours.
You say we. I did nothing.
I
did nothing for that.
So.
That's awesome. Yeah, you take the breaks where you can get them, for sure. Those challenge runs can be outstandingly strange. So yeah, good luck to them. I do know that the Final Fantasy 8 facilities, utilities, has just been updated, so you can do 100% as well on the CSR now on PC. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, most you can do 100% on 9 and there is 100% in action with Final Fantasy 9 right now. There is a member of the community who really wants to do 100%, and now we're trying to figure out what does 100% look like for Final Fantasy 9 and what can we handle. For example, if you want to go to all the beaches in Gaia, because if you do that, you get you can heal yourself whenever you stand on it. So if you go to every beach, you can heal yourself. Do we want that? No, we don't want to do that. Okay, but do we want to do fast jump rope skips? And the answer is no, we really don't want to do that, but it's a key item, so that would not be 100%. So
it has to count, really. Yeah.
We have to do it.
Yeah.
So if you catch me doing 100% anytime soon, I will be crying.
I was going to say, 100%, is that just going to be key items then? Because there isn't a percentage tracker in Final Fantasy 9.
No, so there is elements of it which are it's an active discussion, so if anyone's interested in this as well, definitely go to the Final Fantasy 9 community, speedrunning community, because we are having an active discussion about what 100% looks like. I do think that there is an almost final list about what it needs to be, such as, frog catching is important because you need to beat whale, chocobo is important because you need to beat Ozma, Hades is important, things like that. There is an all bosses category for Final Fantasy 9 already, and that was considered like the closest to 100% we have. Now we want to push it to the full, so you want to get a full deck of cards. You want to get an S rank on treasure hunting, for example. Same for Final Fantasy X. The idea of there isn't 100% for Final Fantasy X, because if you've played it casually, you will know doing 100% for Final Fantasy X is it's really boring. It takes forever. And I said someone who loved capture all the monsters. And also completing speedruns and also doing flip.
Oh god, speedruns.
Speedruns sucks. That's
brought
the one.
Actual pain.
Yeah, so you do like Master Tombery. Like there's a Master Tombery way of doing that really quick.
Yeah,
but like
triple AP, overdrive to AP, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's absolute agony, and I don't recommend it. So
does that not bring back a bit of the kind of like the thing that drew you to Final Fantasy in the first place, like the grind to achieve something, right? It takes a long time, but once you got it, it's a good feel.
Well, the thing is, like, Final Fantasy IX is got like a speedrun built into it, which is Excalibur 2. So you have to.
I was about to ask about that. 100%.
Yeah, so for 100%, you would have to do that.
Wow.
So Excalibur 2 is basically our most wonderful weapon, but you have to complete the game to that point in 12 hours. So Final Fantasy IX does have speedrun elements incorporated into it, which I think is really cool. And Final Fantasy X also has speedrun elements incorporated into it because of the fact that it has an encounter on it. B, it also has the it's not a very difficult game when you get enough stats, it turns out. You don't need that much to kill everything. In fact, you can get through it with about 60 strength on Tidus quite happily, which is not a lot considering you can get to 255 on all of your stats. And that's where the speed comes in.
Yes.
But yeah, I loved grinding Final Fantasy 9 and 10 when I was a kid. I did Morgan Central, I did all of the Chocobos and Ozma and Dark Aeons because we all got Pog, I'm sure. By the way, if you do want to run Final Fantasy on hardware, you would have to use the American version because of the fact that it is 60 frame rates and PAL is 50, so it actually saves quite a lot of time. So yeah, British people out there or Europeans, just be aware our versions won't work for speedrunning.
Yep.
Don't do it.
It's a lot easier, but I love running on hardware. It's really cool. It does feel really cool playing the game on hardware because it feels like I'm just a kid again, just sitting over there, just playing this game that I used to play when I was a little girl. And it's very funny because like my parents are just like, "You'll grow out of it. You'll stop doing it eventually." It's like, "Oh no, that never happened."
Oh,
never.
We all remember that. You'll
grow out of it. You'll never. You'll regret the time you spent putting into that game. Like, oh no, I don't. Never.
Yeah.
So all my parents said was it make my eyes go square, which
Same. I think that was all.
kind of.
Oh no.
No, with mine it was like a they said that about Pokemon. They were like, you're not going to be interested in Pokemon in like a year.
Funny
it's like, well, here I am. I mean, I'm going to take it off the wall.
Yeah, let's go.
About to say
Here I am. This is on my wall.
Oh,
so
nice.
You know.
Yeah.
Well,
I've got
What do you
Pokemon Showdown on my tab ready to go after we're done. Like,
well, yes, Final Fantasy has been a huge part of my life, and I do have to blame my dad for that, and he won't accept it. So that's.
But so we mentioned we did mention Pokemon there and Final Fantasy from childhood.
Yeah.
Something else that was kind of big around our sort of childhood era was also recently run by you, I think. Tetris with Cardcaptor Sakura Eternal Heart. What on earth is Tetris with Cardcaptor Sakura Eternal Heart?
It's a Tetris game. We are trying to get everyone into this, so if you are interested, please listen carefully. Do you like Tetris? Everyone likes Tetris. That's a dumb question.
Yes.
Do you like anime? Don't answer that. Okay. Do you like magic girls? Yes. No. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
we've played Final Fantasy X-2. We know about magical
Legally
girls.
not allowed to disclose, but yeah.
Exactly. They're so cute. Anyway, so Humphrey Cake, who is my sister again, she used to blame for this. One night she wanted a short run, and she likes Tetris more than me, I would say, which is a lot. And she had a glass of wine, and she was just thinking to herself, I just want to play Tetris, and I just want to speedrun the Tetris. So she found an ISO for Khaegar Sakura Eternal Heart Tetris with she searched Tetris and she found Cardcaptor Sakura, which is incredible. Apparently, this was, according to sources, this was the first console Tetris game, which is insane.
Ooh.
And it is a short run as well. So we're all grinding it right now, and it's very silly. So normally my runs are about 3 and a bit hours. This one's 10 minutes, about 15 minutes, I would say. And recently I had a meet-up with a bunch of speedrunners for Final Fantasy, hilariously. And we were all sitting in a house together, and we were just like, we're a bunch of speedrunners sitting in a house. What are we going to do? We're going to compete, and we're going to speedrun. So we all started running Cardcaptor Sakura Tetris, and they were just, a lot of these speedrunners who are incredible are just like, I don't want to lose my life to this. And it's just like, he's got titties. Oh, he's oh. So yeah, all blame on my sister for basically introducing the world to this very, very old game, which is adorable and very quick. And if you like Tetris, please do play it. It's fantastic fun.
Is it PlayStation?
It is. It's PS1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of people do play it anyway.
Feels PS1.
Yeah, very PS1. It's very cute and hilariously while playing it, one of the guys was like, "This thing needs a cutscene remover." It's just like, it's 10 minutes, man. Come on. It's like, maybe one day.
It's not the first time I've heard of getting a whole bunch of speedrunners together in a room, showing them a weird game, and everyone going crazy for it. I mean, quite often happens at marathons.
Yes.
The one that I'm now obsessed with is Where's Waldo for the NES. It's just, there's nothing else like it, and because it is just where's Wally or where's Waldo, and people speedrun it, and you're literally trying to find him as quick as you can, and it's hard. It's really hard.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Oh my god, yeah, we just get speedrunners in a room together and they're all just like, what can we compete about? Okay, alright. So we were actually doing Final Fantasy 9 Disc 4 competitions as well, so you have to finish the full Disc 4. It was very competitive. It was like, it was about, really good runners can do in about 27 minutes. I was like 35. But I finished, so...
You finished, yeah, got it done.
On the leaderboard.
I came in third on the Cardcaptor Sakura board out of 20 people. So.
Oh, that's a win.
Podium spot, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes, we're all grinding all the time.
Yeah, and I can't let us kind of move on without bringing up Stardew Valley as well, like I did at the start, because you're on the leaderboard for that as well, right?
Yeah, I just started running it because I lost my life to Stardew Valley before COVID, and basically my partner was just like, you spend more time on that game than anything else, and I'm like, I'm not, that's you're wrong. And then I found out the favorites. So I tried to find the one that was the most interesting to me, and it turned out marrying Shane was the one that I liked the most. So I just kept doing that. That was very fun. Marrying Shane because A, he gets up the earliest, B, he lives very close by, and C, his love items are pretty cheap and easy to get. So yeah, he's cheap, he's close by, and he's an early riser. So yeah, all perfect. Boy.
That sounds like good criteria to settle for in marriage. Yeah.
He's also an alcoholic and the given beer, but it's fine, It's fine.
Bro just likes his beer and his spicy food,
Likes the
relatable.
Yes.
Relatable.
He's on his birthday as well, so yeah. That's everything.
I'd love beer on my birthday, just saying.
Yeah, same.
Just saying.
I'll keep it in mind, posted.
It's not that far away actually, but that's a whole nother story. And maybe to do another kind of handbrake turn into something else. Yeah. I'm going to now go to the final split, which is our quiz finale or lead up to the finale. So I've got 5 questions here, roughly tailored to our guests' interests, but still quite challenging in some cases. I'm going to pull them up on my screen. So the way that we've started doing this now is that if you have like literal old school pen and paper, or if you just have a notepad window open, I will ask you to write your answers down, pub quiz style, and then we'll run through them, and I'll ask you for the marks at the end, and we'll see who wins. So if you are both ready.
Yep, got notepad open.
Yeah.
So, on the topic of Final Fantasy and long cutscenes, relatively easy one to start, I think. Which FF9 enemy encounter, rather appropriately, asks you true or false quiz questions?
Oh, annoyingly, FF9 is the one I know.
The confidence of the tap-in. Oh,
FF9 is the one I probably know the least about. Like, I've not played it myself.
I know that.
I don't think that's right, but I've got something.
I got something.
okay. Well, okay, nice and quick. We like to see it. Okay, so next question. Final Fantasy X is, of course, known for its fully voice-acted cutscenes. But if, for whatever reason, you wanted to cut all of those out and skip them, you could instead hear the voice of Riku's English voice actor Tara Strong as Timmy Turner in which Nickelodeon cartoon?
Oh,
Oh, okay. I didn't know Riku's voice actor plays Timmy Turner. That's interesting.
oh wait.
There you go. That's the questions are designed so you go, oh, that's cool. That's a cool little fact. Okay, your next one then, if you're both happy to move on.
Yep.
This is one for the Blitzball haters. In a very rare Blitzball cutscene that nobody is quite sure of the exact trigger of, but it seems to involve scoring quickly before Waka subs in, Tidus performs a celebration that is very similar to a victory dance by which FF8 character?
I know this. I
Okay.
had it the other day.
I don't think I've seen this, but I think I've heard of it. But we'll see if I've got the right person.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting. See, people always look really scared when we say there's going to be a quiz. This is fun, right? It's fun. Ready for the next one?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. According to GameSpot, in their news item dated May 2006 that announced the FF10 theme music was ready and had been composed, Nobuo Uematsu joked that who would be the vocalist? Is it A, James Blunt, B, Rod Stewart, C, Phil Collins, or D, Cliff Richard?
All of those are really exciting.
There was one name I was hoping would appear, but it's not appeared. Could you go over those names again?
Yeah, so it was obviously a joke by Nobuo Uematsu, but the joke was that the vocalist for the FF10 theme music was going to be either A, James Blunt, B, Rod Stewart, C, Phil Collins, or D, Cliff Richard.
Okay. Okay, I've put down a letter.
Both gone for something?
Yeah.
Okay. Question 5. Back to cutscenes that you might also want to skip.
Ooh.
According to Guinness World Records in 2008, both the longest single cutscene at 27 minutes and the longest consecutive sequence of cutscenes at 71 minutes come from which non-Final Fantasy game? This was the fourth game in its series and the first on PS3.
Yeah, I had a feeling what it was before.
71 minutes, that's abhorrent.
Too long. Yeah, I would
Yes.
try. But then again, I could have it now.
Yeah, you could do so much in 70. You could do a different run.
Yeah, you should. You
You get right, Shane.
I have.
Yeah.
On that note, I have seen Hypnoshark do a dual speedrun of Crash Team Racing and Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, where you play the original in the loading times of the remake. And
That's
it's actually
wild.
quite close.
Really?
You can.
It syncs up.
It's very close. It's something like 4 minutes off. Like so.
It's crazy.
So good.
It's. Yeah,
That's the
it's good fun.
ADHD mind at work, brother.
Yeah. Make every second count.
Absolutely.
Hyper-focused on 3 different things at once.
And the should I ask the final question now? Yeah,
yeah.
I'll ask it now.
Yeah, go on.
So the final question, always a closest to the correct number wins. We've kind of touched on this already. So what's the total duration of cutscenes in Final Fantasy X is what I wanted to ask. However, not every cutscene is watched in every playthrough, and nobody seems really sure about the total amount of video. So let's estimate it. What is the time difference in minutes between Khaegar's PB in cutscene remover, any percent on PC, and Khaegar's PB in regular any percent on PC? What's the time difference in minutes between your PBs, cutscene remover versus no cutscene remover?
Oh no!
Now you did kind of say earlier on what the difference roughly is, but it's going to be the closest to that.
Okay.
Minutes.
I think I know. Can we? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I've got a number.
I've got a. Oh no.
Okay.
We'll see,
We
we'll
all
see.
happy? We all happy? Okay.
Vaguely.
So, let's go back through the questions and we'll talk the scores. So I asked you which Final Fantasy IX enemy encounter. I asked you true or false quiz questions. What did you put?
Ragtime Mouse.
I put lost number.
It is the Ragtime Mouse.
Yep.
The Ragtime Mouse. Yeah.
It's
not-
the fun fact as well, because of the fact that so on Final Fantasy IX you have to split a step through everywhere on the world map, and if you split a step in the forest, it doesn't really work, and you can still get ragtimed.
Get ragtimed.
Yeah, ragtime.
Oh.
Random
Use it
impromptu.
once, and you're just like, oh no, oh he's coming, and it's horrible. It's truly horrible.
Weirdly, like people say that about me. Like they just hear the music starting and then I just appear and ask quiz questions. But, yeah.
Ragtime stove. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How did he
I'd
get?
have a different genre. Like, can I have what's it called? What the hell is it called? Why can't I remember the name of it?
EDM, breakcore.
No, what's the Electro Swing?
Electro
Oh.
swing.
Electro swings.
Electro swing stoked. There we go.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Be afraid.
Changing my username after this. Then I asked you, FF10, Riku's English voice actor Tara Strong, also voice act Timmy Turner in which cartoon?
Fairly Your Parents?
Is correct.
Yep.
Yeah. Point either way. Point either way.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
I've
one.
not seen that for a
Very
long time.
different voice, obviously.
Yes.
That just shows her range. Also, Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls.
Yes.
Oh,
And
Okay.
Harley Quinn from the original.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got
Yeah.
some good ones out there.
The rare Blitzball cutscene that Tidus can do a dance of that's kind of similar to a victory dance from which FF8 character? What did we put?
So this is where it was either Selfie or Zell.
well, I've got Zell.
I went for Selfie, ultimately.
It is Zell. So we're now tied.
So I was thinking, does he just use his fist cells?
It is
punches,
like
yeah.
Sort of a bit different because it's underwater, but yeah.
Selfie's so same, kind of.
Sophie's got her nunchaku that she,
Yeah, but she
Stuff
does
with-
that too.
yeah, she jumps up and then.
Swings it. It's fine. It's fine. I just
So,
felt that Tidus
next-
was not aggressive.
Tidus doesn't like trains.
Nope.
No.
So I asked you, who did GameSpot say that Nobuo Uematsu was chosen to voice the FF10 theme music?
I was hoping Elton John was an answer because I know that was his like hero. Because I remember writing a quiz set of questions about it. I went for C, which I think was Rod Stewart, because I think
You went, well, C was Phil Collins, so are you sure?
Rod Stewart, whichever one Rod Stewart was.
You want Rod Stewart, okay.
Yes.
And
And
Khaegar, you
the
went with,
With Phil Collins.
okay, we got one for Rod Stewart, one for Phil Collins. I can tell you it was Rod Stewart.
Yes.
Whoa.
Because I thought
Yeah.
thought he's going to be old enough to know who Rod Stewart is. I obviously all of them are
Oh,
fairly
not
old.
who Phil Collins is.
Yeah. Obviously, they're all sort of old enough, but Phil Collins is like you could have it as a serious suggestion. You
No,
could have
not
more
really.
serious
I suppose, yeah.
But-
Rod Stewart feels more jokey. Yeah.
She felt like he did do Tarzan around those times.
True. But
But
Rod
not
is the
as-
most
not
out
as-
there.
Yeah.
Not so much of a joke as to get Cliff Richard in. And the Guinness World Record for both longest single cutscene and longest consecutive sequence of cutscenes belongs to.
Grand Theft Auto 4.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah, I can tell you it's Metal Gear Solid 4. Yeah.
it's a 4.
Yeah.
GG's.
And the we'll go to our numerical question. The time difference between Khaegar's PB in cutscene remover and Khaegar's PB in regular any percent. How long roughly do you think it is, like in hours and minutes, if you know?
Off the top of my head,
Yep.
5 hours, 50 minutes.
Pretty much there. So
So 313.
so you went 313.
So 313 for CSR, any percent. Oh, no, it's 309, isn't it?
Well, I was going to say, I put my old house number, which is 318.
Oh.
Because I knew it was
318,
around about
okay.
5 to 5.5 hours.
Yep.
So yeah,
And which was the number that you wrote, Khaegar?
it was 5 hours, 50 minutes for the difference. But my any percent was 309, and for CSR, and for my any percent full run, it's 902, I think. So, yeah.
Is correct. Yep. So
I know.
taking I'm going to take the 552 as the answer.
Yeah, that's right.
Because because it's correct. I mean, you weren't far off. Yeah, it works out at 352 minutes. So 318 was a really good guess.
Well, like I said, we mentioned it before. I'd looked and it was about 5 to 5.5 hour difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I didn't remember exactly how much, so I just kind of split the difference.
Very close to 6 hours. Yeah. So at the end of the quiz, it was a good game. This was probably the highest scoring one we've had. Actually. Yeah. Ooh, don't watch last week's episode.
Last week's may have had 0 correct answers.
Really?
No, well, there was one that was correct at least.
I think the nearest the ball, I thought
yeah.
it was one on.
No, it was. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was wrong. Yeah, but okay.
Yes.
But yeah, we have Khaegar on 3, Sothangel on 4. So House wins, unfortunately. That's a win for the hosts.
These are my own runs, you know.
You are the highest running guest.
don't-
The highest scoring guest, I think.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, I think so. I believe so. Yeah. Yeah, good performance and the fun little quiz.
Well played.
Could have gotten Selfie's L1, but I went with Selfie because
Yes.
It's a toss-up sometimes. It's a toss-up, you know.
what is a progressive.
Yeah.
But it turns out
I thought Tidus was going to do the Phil Collins dance as well. He did the Rod Stewart dance, but there we go.
Disappointment.
Aye.
Yeah.
Collins would have
So,
been awful.
somebody should ask him to do it now, actually.
Oh no, he's not well, bless him.
I'm just trying to imagine Rod Stewart doing Suteki Dani. Like,
We need a Colin. That's what we need to. Yeah.
that's what we need.
Well, talking of Colin, actually, I was going to say we just got time to look at our mailbag for the call-in. So last week we asked you lovely people, what is the game that you have played the most of, and how many hours have you played it for? I checked out my Steam numbers for this, and I was at about like 300 and odd hours for Binding of Isaac Rebirth, which I thought was kind of up there. It's not. Every submission we've got is like 4 figures or more. So, I mean, maybe there's something else I played like as a kid. Maybe I played that many hours of Pokemon and just didn't have it all on the same save file. But I'm gonna do these in kind of like ascending order. So, unless have you just looked yours up, Khaegar? Is it 4 figures or 3 figures? 4 figures. Okay, right. In that case, jump in when, because all hours are like estimated at like the 1,000 marks. So jump in when it's used.
Okay.
We should do them like in ascending order. So we had a figure of 2,000 hours roughly in Jack 1 from Six Rock, and even that's a lot. Right, like if that's on original console, I always kind of wonder like those games feel like they're not built to track that many hours. It feels like you'd hit 999 and the game would just break. Yeah.
Let's say my highest individual game on Steam, Football Manager 16, is 2,551.
Whoa.
All right, you beat me quite a lot.
Which I checked
Wow.
earlier, and is supposedly is the 42nd highest amount of playtime in the world for that game.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Wow.
I think. I don't know.
I think, maybe.
Are you not just tempted to kind of like just leave it on every time you boot up your PC just to rank up the...
I mean,
I just feel like that's disingenuous.
a bit disingenuous, but number one was 20-odd thousand. So, like,
Jesus.
that has probably just been left on the background. Because that's
Must be.
years.
It must be. What was yours, Khaegar?
At 1,172 for Final Fantasy X.
Okay. What proportion of that do you think was sitting through cutscenes?
Oh no, probably not that much. This is mostly CS Master.
Mostly. Okay.
So that's actually worth pointing out as well. I didn't stop running Final Fantasy X until the CSR was like fully in action.
Yeah, fair. I guess we also didn't kind of make the distinction for this of like speed games and like how long you've played to train doing the run versus games that you've literally played casually for this long.
Oh, Dwarf Romantic I've got like 400 hours on. I really like Dwarf Romantic. I don't normally train offline. I do train offline sometimes, but I normally what you're seeing is me just muddling through things when I stream. So if you do come along and you're saying, wow, she's made a lot of mistakes, it's because I probably haven't played it in a week and I'm trying my best, okay?
Yep.
Trying. This is all I get. You have to do the whole run. You have to do it all.
Yep.
Not practice.
Yes, you do.
Absolutely.
This next one I don't think is from runs either, because it's 4,000 hours we're going up to now from Natty in Team Fortress 2.
Nice.
Which I don't think, I can't see how. There's probably like leaderboards for Team Fortress 2, but I would bet that's just casual play.
Probably casual competitive.
By that point, like you must have seen every single thing in Team Fortress 2 that can possibly happen.
Right? I don't know. And yeah, it's still there. I should have checked my Overwatch playtime actually, because I've done that quite a lot. Yeah. Might be around about 1,000, slightly under.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing with online games, is that you can just play them over and over and over. And when Overwatch has like 50 characters now. I don't know how much League of Legends has, but I do know that Original Baum has 7,000 hours. Over 7,000 hours.
That's a big jump we've just done. 7,000.
Massive. Like,
that's so much.
7.
I mean, like, that's incomprehensible. That's
a lot, yeah. That's like, so it takes like 1,000 hours to become a savant at something, I believe, like to become an expert or something.
So they say, yeah.
Quadruple experting right there.
That's just learning 7 characters. Like,
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, we're not even finished yet, actually, because the next one we jump up to is 8,000 hours in Quake from Matze, who also actually has probably 4 figures in the league. But 8,000 hours of Quake. That's definitely one way. Like you must know every single texture, every single polygon individually.
I would
by that point.
By that point, I think.
You'd hope. I'd love to see
8,000 hours.
A heat map or something of 8,000 hours worth of like eliminations and deaths. Like just has it covered?
Yeah.
Has the whole map been covered? Or like is there one spot where you've just never died?
Like that's approaching a full year.
What is a full year in hours? Do we know? I don't know that number off the top of my head.
It is 8,766.
8,766.
So about 8,800.
That's a lot of hours. That is a lot.
I've just done exactly the same thing. Just done a.
There we go. Yeah.
Done a quick spot check. Yeah, about 8,800.
524,600 minutes. That's how many minutes are on here because Red told me that. So anything you told me.
Yeah, that feels about right for the minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
But 8,800 roughly is a year. Well, would it surprise you to know that someone has got even more than that?
Well, yeah.
Randoms has said that they are pushing on 10,000 hours on various forms of RuneScape. Old school RuneScape. Like, I can absolutely understand spending all that time on an MMO.
Yeah, because it's run for so long. RuneScape was a popular one for submissions that we got, actually. But this was the top of the RuneScape estimates.
Yeah, same. I never had paid membership, so I did all the free content.
Yeah.
I remember dying to the dragon in Dragonflame because I forgot my anti-dragon breath shield, and I stopped playing the game for about 3 months. So I was so annoyed.
I used to get and used to fish, like constantly fishing.
Yes, fishing, leveling up, buying bones on the Grand Exchange.
Imagine a year of that constantly.
Imagine a year of that. Well, there is one more.
Well, there is one more, which probably does number over 10,000 hours, but we don't have an exact figure. Because this person has played this game almost every day since release.
What?
We think.
Yeah.
This is
so. So this is Rudira, who said that she has a. The word I've got written in front of me is ungodly number of hours in The Sims 2.
Yeah,
which kind of makes sense because she's a content creator for Sims 2 as well.
Very cool.
But
yeah, like
Sims 2, it broke my computer.
Yeah, I would love to know what Rudira's actual figures are for that, because I could compare them to my Football Manager time, combining all the various versions and editions of Football Manager.
Well, I just feel like I'm not working hard enough on my speedrunning at this point.
I don't want to get these numbers, because I've added up all my Steam playtime for Football Manager from 2013, I think, to 2026, and that's 21,058 hours.
Oh, wow.
And that's on in the second monitor because it plays itself largely. So that's not like actively playing. I'm playing that and something else. But adding pre-Steam Football Manager, adding Football Manager on mobile on PSP, goodness knows how many. Like I would. One of the things I would do on Football Manager 2006 is you get the editor open, you just add things, you just make players and things. And I would make all the Final Fantasy people just in the game. And I would just have a whole Final Fantasy league of people just playing against each other. Because I really like Blitzball in Final Fantasy X. And I was like,
why?
Because I'm silly.
Oh, okay. Who was your shooter? Who was your main shooter? No, that's a stupid question. Who's your goalie? Because Keeper's not good.
Well, I mean, I had Keeper for Final Fantasy X, of course. But I would make different. Well, because I'd use the characters from the games. So there'd be a Final Fantasy 8 team, a Final Fantasy 9 team, a Final Fantasy 10 team, Final Fantasy 12, and so on. And so, yeah, I just was like that. It's fun. Just like I said, I'm silly.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But did you ever?
Do you want to know something else silly?
Yeah, I like Blitzball Manager in 10 too.
No,
It's just a shame you have to get to chapter 5 to unlock it. Like,
No,
what's this
not.
all about?
Demonic. Anyway, carry on.
I was just looking up in the background, like how long the average person spends using the toilet, and apparently the average person spends an amount of time using the toilet and using like showering, bathing, equivalent to about a year and a half in the average lifetime. So randoms, Rudira, you've already spent more in those games than you will using the toilet and using the bathroom in your entire life.
Wow. That's a lot of hours.
That's a lot. I mean,
I guess there's not many people can say RuneScape or The Sims 2 over toilet and bathroom.
No, and I feel like there should be more people. I feel like we should all be aiming for because toilet and stuff is just what we have to do, what we choose to do in our lives. So that's different.
Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, our next call-in is: what do you prefer, the toilet or RuneScape? No. Next week, we are going to recap games that people would like to run, but have never run. So what's a game like you would love to be like up on the leaderboard for? You'd love to have like the skills, the knowledge for, but you've never tried it yet. So maybe it's kind of like a wish list. A wish list of runs that you'd love to be on the top of the leaderboard for, skill level permitted, which I say mostly because I'm going to have to think of an answer for this as well.
Yes, so am I.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, Cloud Skill.
Ooh, that's a good answer. Yeah, that's a good answer.
It's like you have to parry and dodge really entire
Yes.
thing, and I'm like, that's too much pressure.
A lot of reaction time.
Yeah.
Just listen to
A
my
lot of
L.
reactions.
Parry it.
Jump, dodge! Oh god, Mario, please stop yelling at me. Yeah, I would love to do it. I know the route like really well, but I just
Just got to get good.
Yeah, just gotta get good.
That's it, ultimately.
Well, we want to hear your answers, so let us know in the comments, or you can get in touch via Discord. And yeah, tell us which games you'd like to run. But I think for all of us, that is just about time. One last thing to ask, Khaegar, where can we find more of you?
So I'm on twitch.tv/Khaegar, spelt as it will be spelt on this podcast. And I'm also on Discord. I do hang around in the speedrunning communities for Fantasy 9 and 10, and I also have I'm part of the Chuckbun Nights, which is a speedrunning Discord, and I normally post all of my random thoughts and music videos or you want to watch in there. And also I hang around with Fruitcake as well, who also has a Discord as well. And yeah, she looks exactly like me, so if you think this is weird, there's another one out there. We're identical twins, and I've had many people come in and go, "You look familiar," and I'm like, "Ah." And people don't believe us when we say we're identical twins, and then they're like, "Ah, that makes sense." Yeah, so enjoy that joy, because I always get a kick out of people getting surprised from it.
If you give one a follow, give the other a follow as well.
Yes, I think that's
Yes, absolutely.
And we will see you next week. Thanks for joining us on SprintStream. Thank you so much for joining us, Khaegar.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Yeah, take care, guys. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.